Well, hello everyone and welcome back. So we are on day 3 of a massive decluttering. I'm currently in the process of exporting day 1, and so I finally have started watching some of the footage, and I apologize for all of the shaky camera business in the first like 2 declutterings. Like I was just so excited and I was holding the camera way too much, and I realized that I was like shaking the camera around like crazy. So I apologize if any of you were kind of like, okay, what's the camera workmanship going like over there, because this is making me seasick. I am going to try much harder to keep a steady hand whilst I am showing you things around my room. But let's check in and see how the progress is going. So we've got the top row up here. Here we go, top row, Cirque colors, some color club, then we move on to the Coloristic Carol that takes up almost the entire top row, which is awesome. And then we've got some China glaze that starts there and it ends right about there. Then we move on to the Essies, which I had decluttered in my last video. So those are all of the Essies that I kept in the day 2 of the declutter, and they end right about there. Next to that, we have the few L'Oreals, like the handful of L'Oreals that I decided to keep. Next to that, we have the handful of OPI, Nicole by OPIs that I had kept. And then you'll notice that I have already taken out all of the rest of my OPIs. The OPIs originally started, I believe, in that cubby there. Definitely by that one, the OPIs had started taking over the planet, and they went to about that shelf there. Now, all of my OPIs have been deposited on the floor right about there, so it's a pretty decent size. I'm definitely had more China glaze than I do of OPI. I have already taken out all of the OPIs from the box of reviewed polishes that I have here, and then this little tin of reviewed polishes as well. So these are still polishes that need to be gone through, sorted, and put away. These polishes right here are polishes that I'm keeping from yesterday's destash video. There's some finger paints and some Maybellines, but I don't have enough to like actually keep them in their own like brand collection on the shelf. So I'm gonna kind of mix those into the miscellaneous towards the end of the shelving organization. So definitely making some significant progress. My destash pile is, I don't know, I kind of wanted it to be bigger. I feel like it's gonna be bigger by the end of this whole thing, but I thought it was gonna be larger than that by now because we're almost halfway through the entire shelf. So I don't know, I was expecting it to be a little bit bigger and it's not. So now I'm thinking to myself, like, am I doing this declutter thing right? I don't know. But I'm gonna set everything up and we can get started with OPI because I've got a lot. I mean, not a huge amount, but I mean, there's enough there to keep us busy for a couple hours. So let's get going. My, oh my, that's a lot of OPI. I've got a lot, babies. I've got a lot. Lots of OPIs to discover. And let's get this party started. Right off the bat, we have the Power of Pink. Interesting kind of pink crelly. I think this might be a unique kind of color for OPI. We have this crelly base with like some pink and white glitters and along with some small glitters. I don't like it. I think I have crellies from indies that I would prefer, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. This next one we have is called I Carol About You. This one needs to be mixed up a wee bit. We got ourselves here a really nice kind of plummy, shimmery purple. Not quite sure about this one. I mean, I'm feeling neither yay nor nay about it. I think I might have to test out the formula with it just to see if it's a polish that speaks to me. I like the deep purple. I'm definitely feeling that. It seems like it might have a little bit of a shimmer running through it, but I don't know. So I think I'm gonna have to test this one out before I make any definite decisions about it. This one is called Hotter Than You Pink. It's a very like electric magenta pink with a little bit of a shimmer running through it, and I think I've had this one for a while and I don't think I've ever really worn it. It's definitely like neon-esque, perfect for summertime. It looks a little bit on the sheer side. Just like with that other purple, I think I'm gonna have to test this one out before I make any decisions about it because I kind of like it. I want to like it, but I feel like because of the shimmer, I'm not gonna like it. So I think I need to test this one out before I make any decisions. This one's called Happy Anniversary, and I really, really like this one. It's a nice kind of crystalline kind of topper. I really like this one, especially for like winter manicures and like nail art. It just gives a really nice frosty feeling to your manicures. Whoa, let's dump it all over my hands, shall we? Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to keep this one. I really like it. It's a really fun topper. I think I've got like base all over my hands now. Lovely. I'm just going to rub it in, right? It'll work. Just rub it in. Here's another glitter topper from OPI. This one is Make Light of the Situation. I love this one. I'm going to get closer so that we can see what's going on. Got a lot of cute iridescent glitters and a clear base. Really fun. Love this one on darker polishes. Keeping it. Here is Life Gave Me Lemons. I'm pretty sure I did a 30-second swatch on this one. I think I have already destashed 2 of my other colors that I had similar to this. I had an Essie that was close to this, and I had a Nicole by OPI. And I think I kept the Essie and I ditched the Nicole by OPI. And if I remember from a 30-second swatch I did on this, the formula is really not that great. I had to go anywhere from 2 to 3 coats to get this one opaque. And I already have a polish in my collection that's really close to it. I'm actually gonna grab it real quick. This was the one that I kept between the Essie and the Nicole by OPI. This one is Violent Vibes, and it's a little bit lighter and it's not as like chartreusey green, but I kept this one. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I want to compare it one more time to a square hue polish that I have. This is Palm Springs, and here is it compared to Life Gave Me Lemons. And again, like it's kind of like a pastel-y electric green. I don't know, now that I'm looking at it more and comparing it to other colors I have, I actually don't think I have anything like it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to test out the formula. If I like the formula, I'll keep it. If I don't, it'll probably have to go. Here we have 2 Timing the Zones. I'm not quite sure which collection this is from. I love it. Beautiful blue-based, like bubblegum pink. Definitely love the pinks from OPI, and this is a really good one. So keeping that. I'm going to gather all of these up together because I think we need to make a group decision about all of these sheer tints. So I know I have more than 2. I've got this one. I'm pretty sure I have a pink one. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. So I have the sheer tints. I have Be Magentle With Me. I have Don't Violet Me Down, and I can Teal You Like Me, and I'm Never Embarrassed. Clever. So I've got these 4 like tinted sheer tints from OPI. I think I found most of these at TJ Maxx, as you can see. And I had every intention to try to do some like light lining with these and do some really cool nail art. I just never got around to it. So I'm debating whether or not to keep these in the hopes that I will someday find a chance to do some more nail art. Because to be completely honest, I have kind of lost my roots with nail art. Actually, it was around the time that I bought these, I kind of stopped doing nail art. So I think I'm going to hold on to them because I really do want to try I want to try my hand at doing more nail art, and I feel like there's a lot of possibilities with these. I'm going to hold on to them. I'm going to test them out and see if I actually do like some fun nail art with them, and if I do, then I'll keep them. I think one of the coolest things I've seen people do with these is they have like a silver holographic glitter, and then they use these on top of it to change the color of the glitter. So I want to experiment with these, and I really want to see how it's going to go. So I'm going to hold on to them. This next one that I have is called Just Shocking, and it's this really cool kind of shimmery red color. And when I'm looking at it, the first thing I think of is all of the China Glaze shimmer reds that I kept and how much I like those more than this. I feel like this is kind of like a red foil, metallic-y foil polish, and I'm not digging it. I would much rather kind of get the same effect using those red shimmers from China Glaze, so I'm going to get rid of that one. This one is a really beautiful glitter. This is called Celestial is More. I have no idea what collection this is from. It is a little bit separated because it's been sitting in my collection for a while, but it's a really beautiful kind of champagne-y, white gold glitter polish with lots of hollow in there. If you spin it around, you may see little hints of pink, but I think mainly it's just kind of like a champagne silvery rose gold going, or white gold going on in there, and I really like it, so I'm keeping this one for sure. Here is Viking in a Winter Wonderland, and it's a very deep, almost blackened plum. Really love this color because I love dark colors, like so dark they're almost black, and I don't think I have any purples that are this dark. I know I definitely have some navies in my Essie stash, and actually I take it back. I think there might be one purple in my Essie that's kind of similar to this, but that purple is more like burgundy. I'm gonna hold on to this one. I really, really love it. The formula is really nice on it too. I'm gonna compare it to that Essie that I kept, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be okay. I'm pretty sure they're different. I don't know, guys. I stand corrected. I don't know, they look really, really similar. This is a Kimono Over from Essie, and I think I don't know, like they look really, really similar. The OPI one looks a little bit darker. The Essie one has a really nice formula. It's a little bit like grayed out, and the OPI is slightly more vibrant, so I think I'm gonna keep them both. I know they may seem like really, really close, but I feel like when they dry, this one's gonna be a darker, more saturated color, and this one's gonna be a little bit more grayed out. So I'm keeping them both. Here is a beautiful color. This one's called In the Cable Carpool Lane. A gorgeous kind of raspberry, deep, like burgundy red. Love this, keeping it. I'm inspired by that color so much, so that's definitely staying with me. Here is Red Hot Rio, a really beautiful red cream from OPI. It's kind of like a Crelly. I love OPI's reds, so I'm definitely keeping this one. It's not my like signature like chili pepper red, but it's pretty close, and I like it, so I'm definitely going to be keeping that. Here's another red cream from OPI. This one's Col Red. In comparison to the last red we just kept, this is definitely more orange and a little bit brighter. So again, I love the red variations that OPI has, even though they do repeat themselves a lot in most of their collections. Once you find your red variations that you love, I say keep them, because they're just absolutely fantastic. They really have the corner market on red polishes. So I'm keeping those. Let's go ahead and get the rest of the red creams out of the way since I'm looking at all of them. This one is Got the Mean Reds from the Breakfast at Tiffany's collection. And comparing the other two reds that we have, very, very similar to the Coca-Cola red. I do prefer the formula to I Got the Mean Reds because it's pretty much a one coat of red, which is amazing. Whereas in Red Hot Rio is a little bit of more of a Crelly, so it's a little bit more on the sheer side. When comparing them side by side, it actually makes me think I probably only need one of these. And I love Got the Mean Reds. Like, Got the Mean Reds is such a beautiful formula. I'm actually considering getting rid of Red Hot Rio. Probably gonna get rid of this one actually, because I know the formula is fantastic on this one. Got a couple other different kinds of reds here. There's another one called Meet My Decorator. This one I believe is also from the Breakfast at Tiffany's collection. Comparing it to the Coca-Cola red, again, we've got some really similar, very, very similar shades here. The only slight difference that I can see is that the Meet My Decorator is a little bit more orange. So of course I'm gonna keep them both. Not only because of this slight variation, but both of these formulas are really, really good too. So keeping both of those. We've got a couple of shimmers from OPI. We have Red for Success and Fire Escape Rendezvous. Fire Escape Rendezvous is from the Breakfast at Tiffany's collection, and it's that weird red foil with metallic glitter in it. I don't like it. I'm getting rid of that one immediately. This one, however, is nice, but I feel like those shimmers that I kept from China Glaze, I would grab those first because those are the ones I use the most. This one is gorgeous, but I do feel like it's very comparable to some of those China Glazes, which I would stand up and get right now, but the camera's in the way and the lights are in the way, so I kind of can't. But I'm going to go with my gut and say I know I have a shimmer that's very similar to this, if not like maybe a couple of shades off, but I don't need it. I'm gonna get rid of it. Here's a darker red that is just stunning. This one is called Can't Read Without My Lipstick, again from the Breakfast at Tiffany's collection. A beautiful oxblood red. Keeping it, adore it, I absolutely love it. I have some more oxblood reds. I think these are the other two that I have. Oh, that's not oxblood. This one is. This one is Lincoln Park After Dark. This is another cult classic. It basically looks black, and it almost is, in all honesty, except if you look at it under just the right lights, you can see purple in there. It's like a blackened purple. I love it. Such a beautiful color. I love this one for the fall. This is my jam. I love it so much. Here's another like blackened cherry. This one's icing in color, from the Gwen Stefani collection. Again, this is a really, really blackened cherry red. So dark. It almost looks black. I really, really like this one a whole lot. It has a little bit more of a brown kind of look to it when it dries. So I'm keeping this one. It's gorgeous. I'm a sucker for these like oxblood reds, and this is a good one. Once again, another oxblood red. This one is called Guys and Galaxies. I'm not sure what collection this one is from. It looks really, really close to I Sing in color, but when holding them up side by side, you can tell this one's a little bit lighter and more red, whereas I Sing in color has more brown in it. So of course, I'm going to keep them because I have such a soft spot for these like brick reds. I can't stop. I gotta have them all. Gotta catch them all. Let's do this purple right here. This one is called Do You Have This Color in Stockholm? Very beautiful, bright, like grape purple. And in comparison to some of the China Glaze purples that I have kept, this one might be a little bit more singular in the sense that it's a little bit more blue. I don't think I have very many purples that are this kind of blue bright. For example, here is Mix and Mingle, and while they look very similar, this one has more blue to it, which I really like. This one is Looking Beautiful, and you can see obviously more purple, so I'm keeping it. It's a very singular color, so I'm keeping that one. This one is She's a Bad Muffaletta from their New Orleans collection. I love this coral pink. This is my jam. I love this color so much. Power color up the wazoo. I'm keeping it. I'm loving it. It's mine. Okay, let's do some magentas. I've got quite a bit of magentas in here. Here are two magentas from OPI. We have Pink Flamenco and Apartment for Two. Apartment for Two is from the Breakfast at Tiffany's collection, and this Pink Flamenco one I think is like a spring collection that came out a couple years back. It's in the same vein. It came out with Flamingo Teeny Pink, which is my all-time favorite pink. It was kind of a flamingo set, and so this one came with that one. They're very, very similar, very, very similar. This one's a little bit brighter, so I'm kind of drawn to this one, but I also love the darkness of this one. So of course, because I'm a sucker for pink polishes and I really do appreciate the fine nuances of pink, I'm keeping them both. Plus they have a fantastic formula. So you're staying with me, girls. Here's another pink. This one is from the Hello Kitty collection, Spoken from the Heart. Comparing it to one of the pinks that I just kept, the lighter of those pinks, you can tell it's a little bit orangier, a little bit more coral. Let's compare it to the coral that I'm keeping, and it's a little bit more pink. So again, we've got some nice nuance of color, very, very subtle changes that I really appreciate. So I'm keeping that one as well. This one's called Down to the Coral, and it looks much, much oranger on camera than it is in person. In person, to me, it looks more like pinky coral, but it's got a really nice shimmer in here that makes me a little bit excited. I get excited for summer when I see this one. It looks really good on the toes. The formula is a little bit on the sheer side. That's why I like to wear it on the toes, because you can't notice that it's so sheer, and like application is not the best. I don't necessarily like to put this one on my hands because it is very, very sheer and very, very streaky, but I like it on the toes, so I'm keeping it. Let's do some more of these corals. I have Cajun Shrimp, which is gorgeous, a really vibrant coral red. And if you compare it to an actual red, this one is Coca-Cola red. You can tell it's got some orange in there to make it really coral-esque. Here it is compared to She's a Bad Muffaletta, and it's got more red. So again, I love these like nuances and these subtle changes in these reds and pinks. That's something that OPI is really, really good at. Essie is good at it too, but I prefer the formulas of the reds and pinks for OPI. They have really good red and pink formulas. Let's look at this one here. This is called Live Love Carnival. Again, we've got almost like a melon, a bright like cantaloupe orange. I don't think I have anything that I've saved quite like it just yet, so I'm definitely keeping this one. It almost kind of looks similar to the color of the rug that I'm sitting on. I like it. I like it. I'm keeping it. I'm sure I might have a Essie color that's very similar to this one, but I don't care. I like OPI. I like their formulas. I'm doing it. Okay, I think we're gonna have to save like the baby pinks for the end because I've got a lot of baby pinks. I'm seeing a lot of blues right here. Let's look at these three blues. This one is Fearlessly Alice. The middle one is Rich Girls and Po' Boys. And the last one is No Room for the Blues. They all look identical. On camera, I should say, they all look identical. Fearlessly Alice has a cerulean appearance in person. This middle one, which is called Rich Girls and Po' Boys, has almost like a sky blue look to it. So it's a little bit lighter, a little bit more pastel. And let's see, no room for the blues. This one I could probably do without because it looks really close to this, and I would probably pick this one over that. And if I'm missing this kind of color, I'm sure I have this color in another brand. I think I'm going to get rid of No Room for the Blues, but I don't know. I do like these nuances of blue and like these subtle changes. I'm going to test it out. If the formula is really good, I'll probably keep it. I do know that Fearlessly Alice does stain my nails like crazy, even with a base coat, but it's worth it. This color is really vibrant and in your face. For giggles' sake, I wanted to compare it to Capacity to See Beyond, which is a really vibrant blue from China Glaze. Regular blue, and this one's kind of a turquoisey sky blue. So yeah, I'm liking it. I like to see the difference between these blues. The formula's not that bad. It does stain pretty terribly, but I'm keeping it. I'm definitely going to keep that one. Here's a light, dusty baby pink, or a baby blue that I love. This is called The Eyes Have It. Very, very nice. Very, very soft. Love this one. I'm comparing it to the L'Oreal polish that I was having trouble matching, and you can tell like the L'Oreal is a little bit more green, and I really love this like pastel blue. Good formula on this one. Really, really like it. Keeping it. This is another good one from the New Orleans collection. This one's called Show Us Your Tips, which is just a silly, silly kind of cheeky name. I love this periwinkle base, and then that shimmer running through it is gorgeous. Keeping that. This one is called You're Such a Budapest. I feel like a lot of people know about this one. Love this like periwinkle purple. It's got a slight shimmer running through it, but it's not really that recognizable. Keeping that one. This one is also a keeper. This is Jink's from their Liquid Sand collection. Really, really beautiful, like highly textured, fiery orange glitter. Love it. This one is Feel the Mojitos Green. This one has seen better days, but I love this mint, like pastel green. Love this kind of color in the spring, and I reached for this one quite a bit through the month of March, so I'm keeping that. Now we've got two yellows from OPI. We've got Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet, which I just purchased in a recent haul. And then we have Good Grief, which is, I believe, from a Peanuts or a Charlie Brown collection. I know Good Grief does not really have the best formula, but I really love the vibrantness of this yellow. It's very, very like in your face. It's almost like a primary color yellow. Very, very true yellow color. And Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet is a little bit lighter, a little bit more pastel. I haven't tried this one out yet. I haven't tried the formula on it, but I know Good Grief is not the greatest, but I really do love this like primary color yellow. I like it a lot for nail art, so I'm definitely keeping this one. And I'm still testing out Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet, so I'm gonna hold on to that one as well. This is one of my favorite glitter toppers from OPI. This is Comet in the Sky. Really beautiful, beautiful, like iridescent, pearlescent, darkened polish though, so it's like a darkened iridescent, which is so cool. It looks awesome on black polishes. It looks awesome on like darkened green polishes too. Love that one. This is called You Blew It, a very, very shimmery sapphire blue. I'm gonna toss this one. It's not punchy enough for me. I'm not really inspired by this color. However, I do want to test it out, and if the formula is good, I'll probably keep it. This one is a fun one. This is the Visions of Georgia Green, which I think came out around the time of their Coca-Cola collection. It looks like a vintage Coca-Cola bottle, and I really like the way it looks on the nail. It has kind of a sea glass kind of appearance to it. I like it. I appreciate it, so I'm gonna keep it. I probably don't use it as much as I should, but I like the uniqueness of it, and it's really fun for spring, so I'm keeping that one. Not doing so good with the OPIs. I'm keeping a lot of my OPIs. And this one is Christmas Gone Plaid. Excellent classic deep pine green. Keeping this one, it's got a good formula. Here we have Russian Navy, which is a really deep like black purple with a shimmer running through it, just like with that other blue shimmer. It's gonna come down to formula for me on this one. If I love the formula, I might keep it. If not, I'm probably gonna get rid of it. This one is called Sentinel Celebration. It's a nice kind of foil topper. I don't like this one. You can't really build it up and get it completely opaque. I have lots of silver foils that I prefer more over this one. Plus it's too much work to get it opaque, so I'm getting rid of that. Get these closer to me. All right, here's another one. This one is called Black Dress Not Optional. This is from the Breakfast at Tiffany's collection. It's the black one that has a little bit of a shimmer running through it. I actually really liked this one. I'm not a huge fan of wearing black polishes, but I do appreciate blacks like this, where it's kind of like a satiny black and it looks really good matte. So I'm keeping this one because it looks fantastic with the matte topper. Here is another silver that I'm probably going to get rid of. This one's called 5 and 10. I'm just not impressed with these silver foils from OPI. This one's very, very light and very dainty, but again, it's like ridiculously hard to build up. This is a maybe. This is a for sure keeper. This is called Shine For Me. I believe this is from the 50 Shades of Grey collection. Really, really beautiful blue glittery polish, very like dazzly and sparkly. I like this one a lot. It looks so pretty on the hands. This one is called Rich and Brazilian from the Breakfast at Tiffany's collection. This one, I mean, it looks good. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's not fall time right now and I'm just not like, oh yeah, that's for me. I might test this one out and see how it goes, but I don't know. It's not looking too good. This one is a keeper. This is the colors Making Waves. I believe this is from their like Hawaii collection or something like that. Maui, I can't remember what it was. Really gorgeous, kind of like ocean blue with some lovely sparkles in there. It looks like the sun on the waves. Loving it, keeping it. Here are two glitters from the Breakfast at Tiffany's collection. They're very, very similar. We have Champagne for Breakfast and Sunrise Bedtime. They're almost identical. They're holographic glitters with some metallic glitters in there. I love both of these, so I'm keeping both of them. This is a really fun, beautiful gold. This one's called My Favorite Ornament. Love this kind of like white gold glitter. It's almost like it's mostly a topper, and I kind of appreciate that, so I'm probably going to be keeping this one. Let's do some more golds. We have 50 Years of Style, which is clearly from a like Mustang collection. I don't know. And then we've got, another polish joke. I love the polish joke one because it's very, very yellowy. I love this yellow gold. It's really nice for certain nail arts when you need like a mustardy yellow gold. This one, however, I'm probably going to get rid of. I don't like it. It's very, very dull. It's almost like a nude gold, which is just not happening. Getting rid of that. Here is, I got myself into a jambalaya, which is a very nice coral orange. When compared to Live Love Carnival, it's a little bit lighter. It definitely matches my rug a lot, so I love this. It's a really good formula too. So I'm keeping that. Here is, what is this? Alpine Snow. Classic white from OPI. I already have a white polish that I prefer over this, so I'm getting rid of that. This one is called Breakfast at Tiffany's. It's a nude with a little bit of a shimmer running through it. I don't like it. It's a nice formula. It looks like somebody put glitter on grout, honestly, and I'm not a fan. Next, we've got Give Me Space, which is a delightful holographic sapphire blue. Like, this is gorgeous. Comparing it to that other one I was questioning, I would pick this every time. So I'm probably going to get rid of this one then. Like, I almost forgot about this polish, and yeah, like when compared with this other one, like there's no competition. I'm getting rid of this one, but I'm keeping Give Me Space. This is gorgeous. Here's another one that is equally just magnificent. This is called Blue Chips. This one almost seems to me to have more holographic than Give Me Space, but I mean, they're very, very similar. They're very, very similar, but one's obviously lighter, and this one I think has more hollow in it. Oh, these are gorgeous polishes. Here is another blue shimmer. This one's called St. Mark's The Spot. This is amazing, and comparing it to that one that I was like questioning, like, yep, this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is a little bit too dark, like a little bit too grayed out. I don't like it. I love this though. This reminds me of the Square Hue Sorcerer's Hat. This is by far my all-time favorite Square Hue polish, and compared to St. Mark's The Spot, they're very, very close, and I love that, so I'm definitely keeping it. Okay, we're definitely getting through these OPIs very quickly. We only have a couple left, and by a couple I mean like 20. This next one is called Living on the Boulevard. Really beautiful orange color. So this is Meet My Decorator, and this one is Live Love Carnival, and there's the jambalaya one. Living on the Boulevard. So I'm keeping it. I love that orangey red. That's gorgeous. Here's another purple. This one is called Push and Purple. Not gonna lie, it looks a lot like one of the China glazes that I've already kept. They look nigh identical. This one's probably a little bit darker, but honestly, like I'm not feeling it. I'm really not feeling it. I'm gonna toss that one. Got another little dainty blue one. This is Susie without a paddle. Nice, soft pastel blue. Let's compare it to the Eyes Have It. And you can see it's a little bit minty compared to the other pastel blue that I kept. So I'm keeping it. Another minty blue would be, I feel the Mojitos. This is more green. Nice little turquoisey blue. I like it. I'm keeping it. Okay. This green one is awesome. This one's called My Gecko Does Tricks. It reminds me of a sour apple Jolly Rancher. I love it. Love this one. This one looks so good on the toes. Another sky blue. This one is I Believe in Manicures. This is from the Breakfast at Tiffany's collection. I believe it's like as legally close as you can get to a Tiffany blue. I will compare it to the Eyes Have It, and you can see it's a little bit more vibrant blue. This one's like a bit more periwinkle. Comparing it to Susie without a paddle, you can see it's a little bit more saturated, so I'm gonna keep that one for sure. Also, for comparison's sake, here it is next to Fearlessly Alice, and you can definitely tell it's a pastel, so I'm keeping it. It looks good to me. Okay, we're keeping all the pinks to the end because I feel like they're all so similar. It's gonna be real tough. Here we have some blues. We've got My Pal Joey and Wharf, Wharf, Wharf from the Liquid Sands. Love this one. It dries to a real bumpy texture. So I'm keeping Wharf, Wharf, Wharf. As far as My Pal Joey goes, let's compare it to Po' Boys and Rich Girls and Fearlessly Alice. And you can tell it's definitely like a cobalt blue, which I don't think I have from OPI. If I were to stand up and try to grab some of the cobalt blues, I have a Nicole by OPI within reach. I'm gonna grab real quick. This one is I See You and Raise You from Nicole by OPI. And you can tell it's still not quite there. It is very close to Rich Girls and Po' Boys, though. You can tell, like, those are actually really, really close. Oh, look at that. I'm keeping My Pal Joey. Great, great blue. Love it. It did stain my nails a little bit, but I don't mind. Okay, next we've got First Class Desires. This is kind of like a devilishly, like, very vampy. But for me, honestly, it's not cutting it. Like, I don't like it. It seems a little old. I don't know. I just look at it and I think of, like, grandmas wearing their, like, over-appliqued, like, dinner jackets, you know, that have, like, the shiny, like, it's like a velvet jacket with, like, gold applique. Like, that's what I see when I look at this. And I think of, like, really run-down, like, casinos. I don't know. For some reason, when I look at this, that's what I picture. I picture velour jackets with gold appliques and rundown casinos. So I'm not going to keep it. I don't like it. I'm not inspired by it one bit. This is a beautiful dark navy in Incognito and Salsalito. Really, really nice. It's kind of a grayed out navy. Love that one. I'm keeping it. Here's another good orange. This one's called Where Did Susie's Mango? And it's definitely like a nice mango color. I don't think I have anything like it from OPI as of yet. I probably have an Essie that's really close to this one, but I think the Essie that I'm thinking of is probably too dark. I'm thinking this one might be close to the Taj Mahal one, but I think Taj Mahal is definitely darker. So I'm going to keep this one because it looks fantastic and it looks really nice on my nails. Last, before we get into the world of pinks, we have Pineapples Have Peelings Too. This one's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite ugly colors. I just love it so much. I love this yellow gold foil and then all the cute metallic glitters that are in there. It's ugly, but I absolutely adore it. This one is I Manicure for Beads. I like this. This is a really beautiful purple cream. It makes me really happy, so I'm going to keep that one. The formula is really good on it too. Really not making very good progress with the OPIs today. This one is called Super Cute in Pink. It is definitely a blue-based bubblegum pink. Let's compare it to Two Timing the Zones. And this one's a little bit more purple. I appreciate that, so I'm probably going to keep it. I love my pink variations. Okay, now we're going to get to the real difficult part, which is basically the Hello Kitty collection. I really enjoyed the Hello Kitty collection, but there's a lot of variations of pink going on here, so we're gonna have to be, I don't know, we might not have to be ruthless on this, but I'm feeling very tempted to be ruthless because, I mean, there's only so many shades of pink I can have, but I love all of these so much. Let's start out with these two that look so incredibly close. We have Getting Naughty on My Honeymoon that I just bought, the Fiji collection, and then we have Mod About You, which is their breast cancer awareness color. They're nearly identical, folks. Like, they look identical. The Mod About You is a little bit lighter of a pink, and Getting Naughty on My Honeymoon is a little bit darker. I think I want to keep this one. I'm not really digging this lighter pink, so I'm going to keep the Naughty on My Honeymoon. So now we've got Let's Be Friends, which is a really soft nude pink. It kind of reminds me of one of the... Is it China Glaze that I got rid of from the Giver collection? And I actually like this more. The formula's not the greatest, but it's got more pink in it that kind of gets the juices flowing for me creatively. So I'm gonna keep this one. We also have Small plus Cute equals Heart. Love this bubblegum pink. I have to keep it. It's so cute. Like, I know I love it. I know I absolutely adore it. So I'm keeping it. Of course, we have my all-time favorite, Flamingo Teeny Pink. I love this pink color. To me, this is the perfect pink in the entire world. And in comparison to Look at My Bow from the Hello Kitty, you can tell it's a little bit pinkier. This one's a little bit more blue. But of course, I'm going to keep them both because I love this kind of subtle variation between these two bubblegum pinks. This one is definitely my favorite, but I like this one too. So, of course, I'm going to keep them both. I can't help myself. I love pink. Here we've got two more pinks that are very, very similar. We have Susie Nails New Orleans and Kiss Me I'm Brazilian. Kiss Me I'm Brazilian is a little bit darker. Susie Nails New Orleans is a little bit more pastel. If we compare it to Flamingo Teeny Pink, both of these are warmer, and this is a bluer pink. So, of course, I have to keep them. There's no question. I'm keeping them. Don't judge me! And then these last two are the glitters from the Hello Kitty collection. We have Starry Eyed for Dear Daniel and Charmy and Sugar. And honestly, I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I don't really care for it. The Starry Eyed for Dear Daniel. It's just not sparkly enough for me. It needs some hollow. That's what I'm missing out of this one, is I want hollow in there. And since there's no hollow, I don't want it. I don't want to use it, so I'm getting rid of that one. This one, however, the Charmy Plush Sugar, has not really a whole lot of hollow, but it has a lot of like opalescent like glitters in there, which I kind of like, and I love the way this one looks on the nails, so I'm definitely keeping this one. Okay, so those are all of the OPIs that I'm going to be keeping. I still feel like I'm holding on to a lot of OPIs, but I know like all of these are formulas I love. These are colors that I love, and I'm definitely going to get some use out of these. Here are the OPIs that I need to test out still, and while looking at them, I can tell I'm not going to be sad to not have them, except for this one. Why is this one here? Oh, that purpley. Yeah, I don't like these. I don't want them, so I'm actually just going to put them over there because I don't want them. There's Chips. I woke him up from his nap. Sorry. Go back to sleep. Oh, look at him stretch. So here are all of my destashed polishes. There's not as many OPIs. There's probably like a quarter of the OPIs that I had are in that collection now, but I kind of knew going into it that I wasn't going to get rid of very many of them because I enjoy OPI, and I'm very careful about the OPIs that I purchase because they're kind of expensive. Even though I have found them for $5 on Trans Design and other beauty retailers online, they still like are kind of expensive, so I really watch a lot of reviews before I buy them, and I also look out for dupes to see if I have anything that's already like the colors I already own, so I don't buy too many of the OPIs because they are kind of pricey. And next in line are going to be the Orlys, and I have even more Orlys than OPI, so I think we're only going to do 2 brands in this video before it becomes like 4 hours long. So next up will be Orly. Orly starts here, goes along the end of this row there, except for that yellow, that's Sally Hansen. And then there are several over here, but there are even more in that basket there and the tin. So I have quite a bit of Orlys. So let's get those Orlys ready to go. Orly. Orly is gonna get me in trouble. I have so many Orly polishes. I have full-size Orlys, and I also have the Orly Color Blast. I learned my lesson in figuring out that they duplicate colors, that the Orly Color Blasts are often the same color that you find in an Orly bottle. So there will be some significant dumping in this category because I know there are lots of dupes that I have because I have an Orly Color Blast and the exact same color in a larger Orly size. So let's get close and let's break some hearts and make room for more polish. So I know right off the bat I have these two right here. This is an Orly called Masked Ceremony, and this is one called Frenemy, and I don't like either one of these. Frenemy in particular is exceptionally deceitful because you see it in this bottle and it looks fantastic with all these hollows and amazingness, and then you put it on your nails and there is nothing going on. It is really upsetting. So I'm getting rid of both of these. If I want a black hollow, I'm gonna reach for an indie that does it much better than Orly. This first color blast that I have here is called Under the Sea, obviously from the Ariel collection. I love this really vibrant like Calypso blue. I don't think I have anything like it in my collection as of yet. However, I don't know what to say about the formula. I can't remember what the formula is like. It doesn't look the greatest as I'm spinning this around and mixing it back up again. It looks like it might be a little on the sheer side, but I'm pretty sure I might have to test this one out. This one looked kind of similar to it in the pile there. This is Nose in a Book. Looks like a beautiful, like, you know, robin's egg blue. This is from the Belle collection. I liked this one a lot. It's definitely a very nice sky blue. However, I do believe it's very close to other sky blues that I have already kept. If I have something in my collection similar to it, I'm gonna get rid of it. This one I'm definitely getting rid of. This one's called Front Page. I believe this is from their holiday collection maybe 2 years ago. I hate it. It's this pearlized, pearlescent kind of nude. Ugh, it's disgusting. I don't like it. Another one that I'm ready to throw out right away is Night Owl. While it looks to be a really nice nude, it's got this weird gold like shimmer running through it that I can't understand why. I don't know why it's in there. I don't want to know why it's in there. I just want to get it out of my collection. This one is a fun one. This one's called Blend. It's a really beautiful kind of chocolate purple, if that's even a color. But for some reason, it makes me think of chocolate, but it's kind of like a purpley mauve color. I really like it, and the formula is actually pretty nice. This is a really beautiful color. This one's called Lady Truth. And I believe this is from their Wonder Woman set that came out. It's a really beautiful, vibrant red. The formula is okay. It's not awesome. I mean, but it is a red, so it's kind of hard. I like it. I'm going to be holding on to this one because it's a really good color. I love that red. This one is called Warm Hugs. Another color blast. I think this is from the Frozen collection. Comparing it to that red we just kept, it's like almost more strawberry and like watermelon-esque. I'm going to compare it to some of my other colors. I have a feeling I have an Essie that's very close to this. What is it, Brides No Grooms or something like that. So I'm going to hold on to it and do some color matching and see if I have this already in my collection, because if I do, I'm going to get rid of that one. This is a beautiful color. It doesn't look at it right now because it's completely separated, but it's still really beautiful. This is Electro-Pop, a fantastic kind of purpley neon. Love this one. I kind of feel bad that it's separated so bad. This one is definitely a keeper for me. Gorgeous neon. Here we have Makeup to Break Up from a holiday collection, I think maybe 2 years ago. Really beautiful dark teal. Again, I think I might have a China Glaze. I think Jagged Little Teal from China Glaze might be close to this. Jagged Little Teal from China Glaze is really similar, but it's darker. It's actually darker, if that's at all possible, and more green. So I'm keeping it. I'm definitely going to keep this one. This is Freestyle, which is a beautiful, like, coral neon. It's kind of separating a little bit so you can't get the true color of what's going on here, but this is gorgeous and I love it. I'm keeping it. This is another one that I'm definitely keeping. This is Scenic Route. Amazing orchid neon. Almost opaque in one coat. Love it. Keeping it. It's amazing. This one is one I'll be tossing. This is Beautifully Bizarre. I want to say this one is, again, from that holiday collection a couple years back that I got really burned on. It's a pearlescent kind of pinky shimmer. I don't like it. It's sheer. It's gross. I'm getting rid of it. Here is a beautiful coral neon. That is so pretty. This one's called Trendy. It's got a little bit of like a glass flakies going on in there, and I kind of wish they would have just kept it as the coral neon, because I really love that coral neon base, but those shimmers, they don't ruin it, but they definitely make it kind of like, oh, why'd you have to do that? Because it was such a beautiful base. So I'm definitely keeping this. I don't think I have the peach. Like, I don't have anything else like this in my collection, like this kind of peachy color. So I'm definitely keeping it, and even though I don't really necessarily like those glass flakies, it's a beautiful peach. I love it. Love that peach neon. Here's another one that kind of reminds me of chocolate. Like, it reminds me, like, if they made chocolate roses, I feel like they would be this color, and I'm trying to mix it up that way you can get a real flavor of the color. This one's called Pink Chocolate, and it genuinely does look like pink chocolate. The color that you see up here towards the top, that's more true to the actual color. This business in through here is not what it looks like. I really like it. It reminds me of like the late 90s, like that mauve-y brown. I don't know. I like it a lot. I really, really like this one a lot. It's really fun to wear in the fall, and I love combining this one with the turquoise. Oh, beautiful. Here's another one that I love. This is Indie from a fall collection maybe 2 years ago. Love this. This is gorgeous. Beautiful formula. Keeping that one. Here's another awesome neon. This one's Paradise Cove. Amazing fuchsia neon. Good formula. Keeping that. Another beautiful neon from Orly. This is Put the Top Down from, I think, last summer's collection. Beautiful hot pink neon. Orly makes some really nice neons. I highly recommend picking up neons from Orly. They've got a really nice handle on their neon formula. This is another beautiful one. This one's Hip and Outlandish. On camera, it's coming up way, way bright. In person, it's definitely darkened, but it's almost like a darkened neon, if that makes any sense, because on camera, it looks super, super bright and really, really turquoisey, but in person, it's more like jungle green. It's very odd. It's weird how the camera can't quite pick up the color, but this one's awesome. I highly recommend this one. This is a beautiful one. This one's called Fathoms Below. This is from the Little Mermaid one that they had at Walgreens. Really beautiful kind of ocean-esque kind of feel to it. There's lots of glass flakies in there, making it sparkle and shine. I don't think I have anything quite like it in my collection as of yet, so I'm gonna hold on to it and probably hold on to it as a color reference. Even compared to this color's making waves from OPI, you can tell it's more blue. So I'm definitely holding on to it. It's kind of unique for me. I really like this one. This one's called Winter Blush from Orly Color Blast. This is from the Frozen collection. It's a really beautiful, like bubblegum pink with a purple flash running through it. It's so pretty. It's really, really pretty and bright. But I remember the last time I used it, the formula was not that good. So I'm going to test this one out. If it's no good, I'm going to toss it. If it is good though, happy day, because this is a beautiful, beautiful neon pink with a lovely blue flash. I love it. This one is called Enchanted Rose. Here is a glitter called Feel the Funk from Orly. Beautiful, like hollow purple glitter. Lovely, lovely, lovely topper. Looks fantastic on pastels. Keeping this one. Here we have Offbeat, a gorgeous dark, dark, dark purple. Fantastic for the fall, where you can use like those dark like jewel tone colors but still have some brightness happening. Love it. Definitely look at this color around the top of the lid, not this color down here. This isn't a good representation of the color. I love this though. It's a really good formula. Now we're coming on to, I'm gonna grab them all because I really don't know how I feel about these. These are all of the spring shades from this year's Orly collection. I did not like this collection one bit. They were far too watery for me. I don't like jellies. I don't like crellies. I don't like having to do 3 layers of a polish to get decent color payoff. I don't like it. However, these colors are amazing. These are fantastic, beautiful springtime shades. So I will be holding on to them purely as color references. I want to go through my entire collection using these as a color background to see if I have anything in my collection that comes remotely close to these, because I love these colors so incredibly much, but I absolutely hate these formulas. So I'm holding on to them, not because I want to, but just because I need them for a color reference. Otherwise, they would be gone so fast. Next we have In Summer, which is a really cute, like daffodil yellow with a fun shimmer running through it. It reminds me a little bit of Zoya's Daisy, and as far as I can remember, this formula is really not that good. It's really, really watery, so it makes me want to not keep it around because I know I'm not going to use it because the formula is really, really bad. So I'm going to toss that one. This is another one I'm getting rid of. This one's called Precious Metal. No thank you. It's this weird like topper that doesn't really do anything or change anything about your polishes, so I'm getting rid of that one. Also going to get rid of this one, which is Turn It Up. It's Orly's very sad attempt at trying to do some matte glitters, and I really liked it at the time, but I think I like just the look of it. It's really hard to incorporate this into other colors, like to use it as a glitter topper. I feel like if you could get it to be completely opaque and wear it as like glitter nails, it would be really cute, but I really found it hard to incorporate this into other manicures and to actually find base colors that this worked with, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. Also going to get rid of all of these whites. I have their French tip white, and I also have Snow Queen, which is from the Frozen collection. It's got a little bit of a blue flash. I don't need these. I really only truly have one white that I like to use, and I don't even grab any of these other whites, so I'm getting rid of these. Here are some mint greens that I'll be carrying on to and holding on to forever. We have Gumdrop, which is a really beautiful turquoise teal, and then there is Vintage, which is a neon mint. Love both of these. The formulas aren't necessarily the greatest in both of these, but they're fantastic colors. Love both of them. Here's another color that I really love. This one's called Thorns and Roses. One of those oxblood reds, but it's lighter. It's a lighter purpley burgundy. I love it. It's such a beautiful deep raspberry. Beautiful for the fall. These two are going to be going away. We have Kiss the Bride, which is a very light, creamy pink. And then we have Tea with Mrs. Potts. I'm not feeling it. I already have enough of these kind of ballet slipper pinks. The formulas for ballet slipper pinks are always really tricky for me, and none of these actually stand out to me. I kind of feel like they were mediocre, so I'm going to get rid of them. Let's move on to some highlighter yellows and greens. We have Road Trippin', Glow Stick, and then Thrill Seeker. These are three separate shades of a basic highlighter yellow. This is very, very yellow. This is more of a tennis ball yellow. And here we have a highlighter green. I will be keeping all three of these. You definitely need base coats when wearing these, but they're beautiful electric yellow green neons that are essential for the summer. So I'm keeping those. Speaking of electric colors, neons, here are probably my all-time favorite electric orange neons ever created. This is Tropical Pop and Have Courage. These are the same color, exactly the same color. I love this color for the summer. This is my all-time favorite electric neon orange. It's perfect for me. I think it looks so incredibly gorgeous when combined with Scenic Route, that kind of electric orchid. Gorgeous. I'm keeping both of them. I don't care. Call me greedy. I'm keeping them both. This one I will be getting rid of though. This one's called Summer Sunset. It has the essence of this neon orange, but they've thrown in that weird shimmer again, like that the other peach one had, and I just don't like it. And I'm gonna reach for this before I ever reach for that, so I'm getting rid of it. Here is a beautiful peach neon. The camera is not doing it justice because it's freaking out, but this is Push the Limit. Gorgeous, gorgeous neon. Again, I highly recommend the neons from Orly. They have fantastic neon formulas. Here's another good neon. This one's called Life's a Beach. It's a darkened blaze orange. This was the one I kept. I compared it to China Glaze's Japanese Koi. If you remember, Japanese Koi was one that I was pondering on keeping. I wanted to color match it, and this one was the closest to it, and this one has a much better formula. So I'm keeping that. Here's another one. This is a gorgeous one. This one's called Fireball. It's a red neon with a little bit of a blue shimmer running through it. Gorgeous. Loving it. Keeping it. This one I will be getting rid of. This is called Frozen. It's a pearlescent topper. I tried to get it opaque. It's no good. It's watery. Getting rid of it. Here's another glitter. This is called Lavish Bash, and it's just not sparkly enough. I would probably grab one of the China glazes over this because it's just not sparkly enough. Here's another glitter I'll be getting rid of. This is Gossip Girl. It's got gold and like pink glitters, and I'm not feeling it. It's gold and red glitters. I'm just not feeling it. I don't like it. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna get rid of that one. This is a really beautiful gold foil. This is Sparkle and Shine. Really, really nice gold foil. I'll probably hold on to this one as a color reference. I don't think I have anything like it in my collection, and I really enjoy it, so I'm gonna keep this one. Here's another one I will be tossing. This is Total Eclipse. It's a blue-based, like, metallic glitter with some hollow in there, but not a whole lot. This is really, really close to a China glaze and even a Colores de Carol, and I prefer both of those more than this one because they have more holographic glitter in there, and this one just, it tries, but it's not quite there, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. This one I will also be getting rid of. This is In the Name of Justice, part of their Wonder Woman collection. It's a nice cobalt blue with this like shimmer running through it, but I'm not inspired by it. It's a kind of a greeny shimmer. Not inspired. I'm gonna get rid of that one. We have another navy. This is Midnight Show. Gorgeous, deep, deep, deep navy cream. Keeping it. Here we have another cobalt. This is a Happy Puddle. I'm not loving it. I mean, it looks similar to Sally Hansen's Pacific Blue. I've already had so many cobalt blues up until this point, both from Essie, from China Glaze, and even OPI, so I don't need this. I'm getting rid of it. This one I'm keeping for collection's sake. This is called Prince Charming. It's a nice chocolate brown. I don't have very many brown polishes, so I'll be keeping this not only for nail art, but also for when people come over and use my collection. Perhaps they really love brown polishes. I, for one, do not. I only really use them for nail art, so I'm keeping this one for my collection's sake. Here is a minty blue. This one's called Crazy Old Maurice, and I love the name of this one so incredibly much, but I feel like this color is redundant. I have so many minty blues right now already. I have minty blues and greens that I've already grabbed and I've already saved, both from OPI and China Glaze itself. Like, I know I have some China Glazes that I would prefer over this, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. Same thing with Isolated. It's basically the same color, but they threw a blue shimmer in it. I'm getting rid of that one. This is a beautiful one. This is On the Edge. Another vibrant, like in-your-face purple. It looks blue on camera, but in person it's purple. Again, my camera doesn't know what to do with it. I love it. Beautiful formula. I'm keeping this one for sure. I'm kind of blazing through these last ones because Milo wants to play a game, and I gotta get through these as soon as I can before we play the game. I told him I have to finish before we play the game. This one's Window Shopping, a beautiful rose neon. Again, I love the neons from Orly. I probably have already saved a neon close to this, but honestly, like, I mean, these ones are very, very similar, but I'm gonna keep them both. Like, they're gorgeous. Gorgeous formulas, gorgeous colors, amazing. This one's called Risky Behavior, and it's, again, very similar to some other, like, neons that I've kept, but it's enough of a difference between these two that I'm like, yep, I'm keeping it, I know what to do with that one. Another beautiful purple, darker than the Scenic Route that I absolutely love. This is called Be Daring. I love it. I absolutely adore this color. Beautiful formula. Very, very vibrant purple. Looks great on the toes in the summer. Keeping this one. This is Break the Spell, most likely from Beauty and the Beast. And in comparison, nope, not to Scenic Route. Let's see if I have something already like it. Nope. Maybe this one? Nope. This one might be a singular color. I really, really like this, and I'm gonna check it with the rest of my collection to see if I have anything similar to it. If I do, and the formula's better, I'll get rid of it, but I'm gonna keep this as a color reference for now. Here we have Free Spirit from either Mulan or Pocahontas. It looks really, really close to some of these other colors I've saved. I think this is another one where I have just this color and nothing else. So I'm gonna hold on to it. I really love this kind of vibrant purpley pink. It's very, very bright, very in your face. I like it, I'm keeping it. Here we have another red. This one's a very, very brick red, like a juicy, juicy brick red. This one's called Scandal. I really like this one. I'm gonna be keeping that. Here we have a glitter that I will be tossing. This is 15 Minutes of Fame. I don't like it. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. I'm done with it. This one's really pretty. This one's called Smoked Out. It's a really deep black base with a purple glitter, or with a green glitter running through it, and it dries matte, which when it dries matte, you don't see those glitters at all, but if you put a glossy top coat on it, then those green glitters come out, and it is stunning. I love that one a lot. This one is called Coronation Ball. Just your average glitter topper that's purple. I'm getting rid of it. Here's a nice blue toned pink. This one's called Olaf You a Lot. I'm gonna compare it to my other blue toned pinks. I might get rid of it. I might keep it. It depends on how closely it matches some of my favorite OPI pinks. If it's close to some of these OPIs, I'm gonna hold on to this one and use it as a color reference because I'm not quite sure. I'm not convinced. I don't have anything like it. And so I don't want to get rid of it just yet. So we're going to hold on to that one for a little bit. Here we have Follow Your Path, which is a dupe is the same exact color as on the edge. They are exactly the same, so I'll be getting rid of this one. Here is Kristoff He Goes. Beautiful teal color. I might compare it to my other teals, but as of right now, I'm going to hold on to this one until I can verify whether or not I have colors already like it. Going to be tossing this. This is Watch Out or Elsa. A really beautiful like fuchsia purple, but they have a gold shimmer running through it that I'm just not a fan of. Here's a glitter I'll be getting rid of. This is Beauty, Brains, and Brawn from the Wonder Woman collection. Really pretty, but again, I'm not inspired by it and I don't think I'll ever use it. Here is Be True to Your Heart. Very pretty purple glitter topper. A little bit close to Frenzy, but not quite. I will probably be keeping this one because that glitter is phenomenal. This one is Princess Ping from the Mulan collection. I'm going to be tossing this. It definitely is a very, very beautiful peach. Don't get me wrong, but I know I have colors already really, really close to this one in my collection already. Pretty sure I've got a China Glaze and an Essie that's really close. So I'm going to get rid of that one. This is an OPI that sneaked through there in the middle of nowhere. This is Amazon On, Amazon Off, beautiful teal. Let's compare that to that Kristoff one. Not quite the same, so I'm gonna be keeping the Amazon one, beautiful teal. Here's another glitter from the Wonder Woman collection called Wonder Woman. I'm not gonna keep it. It's got red and like these yellow stars and blue. If it was just the red, I would probably keep it, but with the mixture of the stars and the blue, I can't really use it for anything else, so I'm gonna toss that. This is Magical Voice. I'm not gonna hold on to this one. I already have so many other neons from Orly. I don't think this is really going to help me in any way, shape, or form. This is another one I'll be passing. This is Positively Primeval Gaston. Really beautiful, like melon orange. Really pretty with that gold shimmer, just kind of ruins it for me. And if I remember correctly, the formula is not the best on this, so I'll be tossing that. This one is called Hidden Treasures, and it is very, very close to Fireball. Absolutely identical. It's a re-promotion of a pre-existing Orly color, so I will be tossing that. These last three, we have the glitter topper from the spring collection. We have Space Cadet here, and then we have Darkest Shadow. I'll be keeping Darkest Shadow. It's really, really deep and dark and dreary. I love it. I will probably be tossing Space Cadet. I don't see myself ever wearing it. It's a very nice duochrome with lots of glitter, but I'm not keeping it. And I'm actually not going to keep Anything Goes. I don't want it. It was in the spring collection, and I thought it was really cute. It looked nice, but I'm not a big fan of these topper shimmers, like these opalescent toppers. I have one from Pretty Serious, and I like it better. It's not as watery, so I'm going to be getting rid of this one. So through the magic of editing and YouTube, I'm talking to you now from May 9th. Whereas all that footage you just saw was from like a month ago, believe it or not. We have been extremely sick over here with colds and hay fever and sinus infections. It's been lovely. So I finally got around to editing all of that footage that we just watched, you know, that whole hour of going through nail polish, when I realized I never really finished up the video. So a month later, let's finish up what I started. The OPIs are now starting here in their new homes. They continue on over there, and then we move on into the Orlys, which is like a huge reduction down to what I had before, which was the goal in all of this. So, there have been some amendments since this last destash, since the footage that I filmed about a month ago. Most of the polishes that I wanted to test for formula, I actually got rid of most of them. And actually, like, rewatching some of the footage, I actually got rid of more. And I've also kept some. So, there have been some changing of the guards, but for the most part, the percentages of polishes kept and destash has relatively remained the same. Destashed polishes are now living in this little basket down here. Instead of having them piled up on the floor, which was taking up a lot of room, I moved them into this basket here. This little collection that you see here is from a friend who was also getting rid of nail polish, and she thought, oh, I'll just throw it in your basket and we'll see what you can do with that. We still have a very large basket over there, which is new polish that needs to be put away still. And then we have my tin on my desk here that is full of polishes that I intend to keep but have yet to put away. So this is the nail polish collection as of right now. We are officially halfway through this entire shelf of enormous amount of nail polish. And now that we are officially feeling better and I can have more time to devote to filming and editing, more destash videos will be popping up, probably about one destash video a week, unless something terrible happens and I have to be MIA for a little bit because, you know, mom life, it happens. So yeah, that is my destash video for today. Thank you so much for being patient with me, you guys, on this project. It takes a long time to do this and to edit it and to upload it, so I really appreciate your patience. Please stick around. More destash videos will be coming, and I will also be selling most of these polishes on either like a Store Envy or like a Depop or something like that, so please stay tuned for that announcement as well, because that will be happening as soon as the entire destash is done. But anyway, I've got to go. This video is already way too long, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.